Perfect texture recording. Sorry. So regarding today's lesson, last time, and I hope that you practiced at home a bit on your own. Last time we have covered how to work with Git and how to make Git repository locally, and how you commit and you undo or you do certain things, how you can merge two branches and so on and so forth, as far as I remember at least. And then we have covered, we have basically covered the basics of Git. Right now, we need to cover the other side of the story, is like resolving conflicts and working with a Git repository that's hosted on GitHub, for example, right now. Now, in the classes, during the classes, what we have done was we have simulated a completely unrealistic case of, I had for the first group and the second group, we had around so let's say we had around 30 students in one group, and then all of us have modified the same file, which is super crazy to happen. I think it shouldn't happen that 30 people, or actually more than 3 people, modify the same file in a production pipeline, in an organized production pipeline. Okay. So usually it's usually the conflicts happen between 2 people or 3 people at most touch the same file, but this is it's a very but it's very highly unlikely that, for example, 10 to 15 people actually modifying the same file. It's kind of a crazy thing to happen. So right now, what I've asked everybody is they have to create a Git account if they haven't, and they have to use their fit emails, because we work with only fit emails, at least in the classroom. And they did. So in order for me to work with them, we had to create a repository, and I had to invite them one by one, so they can actually upload and create their own commits and just simply push their changes upwards, towards GitHub. So I will create a repository, and I'm going to call this Learning Git Online. Okay, so this is for online classes, and I'm going to make this a private repository so nobody see anything outside of on the internet. Nobody sees this, and everybody who's included or invited, they will be seeing this. So, and then I'm just going to create the repository. Okay, so right now we have an empty repository. There's nothing in there. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and create a new folder. I'm going to call this Git repo for now. And right here, I'm just going to go ahead and start Windows Terminal from this side, right? And all I'm going to do is, in order for me to clone a repository, I just simply say git clone. And I will just simply copy that link. Okay, so just copy that link. And then I will just simply hit Shift Insert. Shift Insert in the old consoles. If you are using Git Bash, you will be having to use Shift Insert and Control Insert for copying and so on and so forth. And I will hit Enter. And right now, it says, just gives me a warning, you appear to have cloned an empty repository. However, I actually got that folder right here, right now. So if I hit LS, I got the folder. I'm just going to go CD or change my directory into it. And right now it says, I've already created a repository, and I'm actually on the main branch right now. Okay, so we're going to clear the console right now, if I know how to write clear. And I'm going to actually make a hypothetical program.cs. So I'm just going to say code dot. Actually, let me see. I don't know if I can actually do that. So code program.cs. I don't know if it's actually possible. It is actually possible. Good. So Control S. And right now I have actually created a code in Visual, went to Visual Studio Code and created a program.cs, right? Actually, if I hit ls right now, it's actually there. And as you can see here, a file created, and immediately this, all my project has updated. So right now it's recognized that there's another file that has been added. And right now we are not the same as main. So I'm going to have here a using system, and it's even not needed, but it's fine. Namespace, my application. Oops. My application. And in here is going to be static void main for now. And console.writeLine. And then here we're going to have hello world. Yeah, trust and X. All right. So right now I have this. Also, if you notice, I have a source version control tracking already in Git, so it's already sees that I'm already like, it says untracked right here. So if you are actually into this stuff, so actually if I say git status right now, I have untracked files, program.cs. So let's say that we have already finished our new feature. So I'm just going to say git add. So I'm moving it from the working area into the staging area. And then right now, see, it's already has been staged. And I'm just going to say git commit -m. Always comment your commits. And I will have here initial feature or initial commit, might be. And I'm going to say git push right now. So I'm pushing my changes. So this has been already committed to my local repository. I need to synchronize the remote repository. So I'm just simply saying git push. And right now, it says that I have pushed my changes to this repository. So if I go here and hit F5, right now I get my program.cs, right? So with an initial commit, and this is already happening right there, okay? So perfect. All this is nice and dandy. Now let's simulate programmer 2, right? So let's say that there's another programmer who is actually doing development with me, right? So I'm just going to have here another folder off the screen right now on the second monitor here, developer 2. And I'm going to Windows terminal from here. Okay. So let me actually like push this here. Oh, hang on, let me grab the link. So code, click, and here I'm just gonna say in the folder developer 2, because we are in a different folder right now, I'm just gonna say git clone. And right now I have cloned the repository. So if I go actually to cd learning get online, right now I see I have a program.cs. It's already in there. It's a C# file, and I'm actually on the main branch. I haven't done any modifications yet. Okay. Let's say that the programmer 2 tried to do some certain things. So I just simply say code program.cs, and open is trusted. And right now here I'm just gonna actually like I'm modifying things live here. You should right now, for example, like usually we work with solutions and projects, but I'm just simplifying things here just to remove all the additional fluffs. So just to get the meat of the subject. And let's say you are having a problem with this. So it's not a hello world, it's hello Git, right? So right now we are just studying Git, right? And we are studying Git add fit. So add fit, right? As you can see here, Visual Studio Code already has nice plugins for me. So right now it set height, like it puts it M in here as in modified. So right now it is modified, as you can see, right? And I'm just gonna close this. So let's say we have made our modifications, and this is developer 2, or right? Who's developer 2 right now? Yeah, this is actually developer 2. You see? And right now, if I say git status, I have a modified file, and I just simply say git commit -m modified or updated the feature. Okay. Oh yeah, I had to say git add. Changes are not staged for commit. You see, I just forgot this. So git add dot. So please add. I know how to write git add dot, and then git commit, or actually I can just hit up. There we go. Update the feature. Updated. And then right now you see it's right now ready for pushing, right? So git push, and right now it has been pushed in here. So if I hit F5, you can see it 17 seconds ago it's been pushed. And if I look here, it says hello git at fit, right? Which is perfect. Okay, this is all good. Now, what I can do, actually, I'm going to close this, and I'm going to go in here in my PowerShell, like for the programmer 1 right now. So developer 1. So this was developer 2, right? WD. Okay, this is developer 1 actually. Let me see here, and this is PWD. This is developer 2. Okay, so this is developer 2. Let me put him aside, and let's talk about developer 1. So developer 2 made some changes and committed their changes, his or her. And right here, I'm just going to create, like, simulate the conflict. So I'm going to edit that file. So I'm going to say code program.cs. And because I didn't pull any changes, I was working on my own feature. So I just simply say, okay, it's not actually like hello world. Maybe you can say hello world and then another, or actually, like, let's make it worse. Let's modify the file. So let's say hello world, hello fit, I'm learning Git, let's say, right? So let's say so. And I'm gonna save this, and I'm gonna hit X. And right now, if I say git status, right now I have a modified file, so I'm just gonna say git commit. Oh, sorry, git add first, git add, and then git commit -m. Let's say upgraded my feature, whatever you would like to call it. So somebody did it with a different way. So right now I've committed it. And whenever you are working with in a team of people, you said, okay, I'm committing and everything. And once you committed everything, you need to say git pull first. So you are pulling the changes first to make sure that there are no conflicts, and then you push. Because if you did try to push right now, it will actually reject. It says failed to push for some refs, updates rejected because the remote contains work that you do not have locally, right? So you need to pull first and then try to push again. So somebody already have pushed something that you are not up to date with. So I say, okay, fine, I'm just gonna say git pull. And right now when I say git pull, it says enumerating on files, blah, 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 unpacking the stuff which I've got from the main. And then it says auto merging, trying to automatically merge the changes. And then it says, hey, there's a conflict, right, in program.cs. So automatic merge failed. So visual, like Git cannot actually merge the conflict. So it says fix the conflicts and then commit. So right now, even like my console here with that plugin is actually telling me that you have pulled stuff, you have a conflict in here, and you would like to see where it says the conflict. Usually, if you have a diff file has been installed, like diff program has been installed, if you say git diff, it will actually launch it, right? And then it tells you how the diff looks like, right? But the interesting part here is what you can do is say git, actually you can say code program. And once you open it, you will be greeted with what's happening in the file. Now the file has been modified, and maybe it scares people a little bit, but you shouldn't. You can actually click around of these, and then actually Visual Studio Code will help you out. Trust, for heaven's sake. Now let me go. Now, right now you see it's actually here, conflict, both modified. You see, it's like Visual Studio Code giving you this. So, and actually giving you help. Accept current change, accept incoming change, accept both changes, compare the changes, right? So you can actually do the comparison, right? So get the diff actually. So here is the difference, right? And Git cannot figure this out for itself. It says, hey, please decide on this. Usually, like in production, you have like a like a conflict on a larger block of code, not only just a single line. Like it happens on the single lines as well, but it happens on a larger block of code. But let us analyze what we see here. First of all, it says, right now I said like this is the current change, right? And this is the change, as far as I remember, this is the change at the server, right? Online or at the remote repository. So this is me, and this is the remote, right? And Git, what it does, it actually highlights the issue for you. It says, here's where you are, here's your code, here's where the head is, and then a separator, and it says this, right? Now, you have to accept either both, so you have two console write lines, or you accept one of them. In my case, I would like to accept only one, right? So if I would like to accept one, you can actually resolve this by hand. You could just simply say, okay, I'm just going to erase this, and I'm going to erase that. I would like actually to have hello fit, I'm learning Git, for example, right? And I'm going to hit Control S. And once I save this, right now, I will get back to Git, and I'll just simply say Git status. And it says both modified, so I've modified like how the files are going to be merged. And I'm just going to say git add dot. And right now I have added the modification. And I say git commit -m resolved merge conflict. And then I'm just going to say git push. And right now, if we look here, F5, right now I have hello fit, I'm learning Git. Okay. Now, there are a couple of things that happened during the classes. So during the class, I have actually made this, again, what I've mentioned in the beginning, hypothetical scenario where 30 people are modifying the same file, which was actually quite interesting because people got a little bit confused of what's happening. So I gave like people to do simple math operations. So for example, one guy makes add, another guy or another girl makes subtract, another guy makes, I don't know, absolute, the third girl makes square roots, and so on and so forth. So basically they're writing just a single line of code. So they come over here, for instance. So let me see here. Just to simulate for you one more scenario here. Let me see, PWD. Yeah, so this is programmer one. And let's say I code program CS. And let's say here, so one of them is actually like saying, okay, I'm just going to make a public static void or static double, let's say multiply two numbers. So for example, multiply. And then you have double X and double Y, right? And right here, you just simply return, actually there's no need to return. You just simply say, okay, X times Y. Okay? So right now I'm just making an expression body. I'm saying X times Y. And right now, once I'm done, I'm just going to say git status, just to be sure. So it's actually been modified, yes. So git add and git commit -m. And here's going to be multiplication feature added. Okay, then git push. Right, and right now I push to the server. Right now, if I have F5, right now it sees, as you can see here, right now I have my multiplication has been inserted in there. Okay, so this is perfect, all nice and dandy. And right now, for example, programmer B comes in. So let me just put programmer A to the side right now, like here. And let's say programmer B comes in and they say, okay, code program.cs. And because the team is big and we had super complex calculators are being made, one made the multiplication, I would like another one to make an add, right? So let's say that we are making like a very sophisticated math library, and everybody's working on a separate feature. Now, obviously, we'll not work on the same file, but hypothetically, everybody's working on the same file for now. And here I'm just going to have a static double, for example, divide, let's say, and then you have x and double y, and we're just going to return x divided by y, right? So that's it. You can make it public as well, all right? And if we do this, we close this, for example, first, and we're going to say git add dots, because we already have modified the file. And then we say git commit -m division feature has been added, and then git push, right? And right now I'm actually getting an error. It says like, hey, you have a problem. So I say, okay, fine, I'm just gonna say git pull. And it says we have a merging conflict. So I say, okay, let me have a look at my merging conflict. So the one in question is this. If there were more files, I'm gonna be giving me a lot of more files, but let's see this. And looking at this, right now, what's happening here is right now I have these problems, these changes, right? But I need both of them, because division and multiplication is two parts of my, is actually two functionalities with both my applications actually working, which I need them. So in order to keep them both, all what I'm going to need to do is just simply remove that line, and remove that line, right? And right now I have them both. Again, just let me undo this real quick. Both of these, like, again, Git is highlighting for me both, highlighting for me the area, the problematic area, right? It says from here till here, here's the problem. If there are other areas, it will just give me different highlights, okay? And with a separator between those two problems, right? So if you actually use Visual Studio Code, you can actually like accept both changes, and it will just simply remove all this, or accept in the incoming or the current, right? But again, I'm not going to use Visual Studio Code. We are training here. So I'm just going to remove this, and remove this, right? It is also important to note that you need to be your code has to be consistent. I remember people like submitting like inconsistent spaces, inconsistent tabs, and so on and so forth. Heck, I actually seen people committing the code like this, right? So make sure first, before you commit, that your code actually compiles before you push to the server. So please be sure. This shouldn't be pushed. This shouldn't appear anywhere. So please do not leave these stuff. I've seen people actually leaving that stuff and pushing it. So do not leave that stuff. That stuff is just Git giving you some guideline. So, and you see here, there's additional space which is not needed. So I'm going to save this. And because I needed both, I just simply like erased this, all the fluff where the Git actually like mentioned. I'm just telling Git, hey, I would like to have both. And right now, if I say git status, I got both modified, which is okay. And then I say git commit -m resolved merge conflict. And then, oh, yeah, git add first. Sorry about that. I had to add the stuff from the working tree. And now I can actually hit up. And right now I actually can commit. And right now git push. And all the stuff has been updated. So if I hit F5 right now, I got my update. All right. Is it clear so far?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
All right. It's just a bunch of simple commands, nothing more. There's nothing crazy about this. Usually people are actually working with, I mean, in reality, what will happen is you will be working off of a branch. So you will never work in the same branch because it is super dangerous. I mean, there's no point in working on the same branch. So for example, assuming that is this programmer A? Good. So let's say programmer A does some changes. So makes a branch. So git checkout -b. So I'm going to create a branch right now. I'm going to call this my feature, my new feature. Or no, wait. Oh, so we have actually add feature. And I'm without spaces actually. So so I switched a new branch called add feature. Right now it's based off of the main branch. And I'm just going to say code program. Yes. Oh boy, I forgot to pull. Oh, this is bad. This is bad. So well, actually, let it be. Let it be. Actually, this is going to be good practice as well. So public static double add, and then you have double x and double y. And right now I'm just having addition, so x plus y. And this is developer 1. Developer 2 had divide and multiply, and right now he has subtraction. So public static subtract double is just going to be x minus y. Right? That's it. That's that. Okay. So I will go to programmer B right away, or programmer 2, if I ever have him somewhere. Are you? No, this is actually my new stuff. PWD. Yeah, this is programmer 2. So I'm just simply going to say git add dot and git commit. I think programmer B have added what? Subtraction. So subtraction added. And then we have git push. So we push even more changes, right? And right now, I am on my own branch, git add dot. Right now, I'm adding that feature, and then just simply git commit -m. I think we had add feature, so add feature completed, right? And say git push. And right now, oh yeah, actually, I need to say git push sit upstream this because I didn't. Okay, hang on. So control insert. It's already written here. And right now I have pushed to the new branch. So I created the branch, pushed a new branch, right? Because I created it locally, and I need to create it like synchronize it with the repository. So if I actually hit F5 right now, this is from programmer 2. However, we got a new branch, which is called add feature, right? And if I click on this one, it has multiply and add, and the main here has divide and multiply and subtract. Beautiful. So right now, both of them has been added. What we usually do is I would like actually right now to take in the add feature, right? I would like to merge it right now into main. So I just simply say git checkout main, because I would like to take whatever I have in the feature, I would like to merge it with the main branch. In reality, you create something which is called a pull request. So, but if you would like to make a pull request, you need to make sure that your changes are correct, like they are actually up to speed. So if I go here and make pull request, I'll say, okay, here's a new pull request, and please take it. Please do the add feature to the main. And as you can see here, I have a conflict right now, right? So because it cannot automatically merge. So I need to actually resolve that right there. So I'm just going to say, okay, get checkout add feature. It's kind of reversed right now, but it's fine. So git pull. Oh, actually, sorry. I had actually to check out main first, and then git pull. So I pull all the changes which happened on main, which says here are the changes. So if I say code program.cs, right now I have divide, multiply, and subtract. I don't have add, okay, because this is on the main branch. Right now, if I go to the feature branch, so git checkout add feature, if I say git, code program.cs, right now I'm going to have the multiply and add, right? And right now what I can do is git merge main. So I'm merging main into add feature. Actually, well, I shouldn't do that, but actually, hang on, let me see, git checkout. I forgot how I did this. Main, and then I just simply say git merge add feature, I think. Yeah. Right now it says actually you have a conflict right now. So I'm just going to say code program.cs. And right now it says here's the problematic area. So I say fine. I'll actually take this out. Take this out. Actually, I should have done this on. I think I should have done this on. Yeah, I should have actually done this the opposite way. I think. Oh, git add. Actually, hang on. Git reset hard. Hyphen hard. So git status and git hang on, program code program.cs. Yeah, so I don't have divide, multiply, subtract, and I need the add. So I actually needed to do the opposite. Hang on. Git checkout add feature, right? And then git merge main. Right now, say git actually code program. And then right now, I'm just going to resolve the conflict here. Exactly. And then we actually say git add dot. And then we say git commit -m resolved conflict. And then we say git push. And right now I have pushing my feature up there. So if I had actually, let me see if can I actually cancel this? So if I actually go to code, there you go, had recent pushes, pull request. If I say create a new pull request from the add feature to the main feature, right now it says, okay, here's what you need to actually merge. And then I say create a pull request. And then you leave the comment and say, okay, here is my pull request, or a new add feature has been added. Sorry for the tongue twist right there. And then I'm just simply going to create a pull request, right? And then somebody will have to review your code. So people will look at your commit and they say, aha, okay, there is a new feature has been added with the resolved conflicts, and say, okay, this is okay code. And then, for example, they write a comment if they are not okay with it. They say, okay, I'm not okay with this code, for example. And then you start a review, right? And then you can reply on the comment and so on and so forth, right? And finish my review. The other developer will see that review, and then they will start actually correcting the reviews, right? According to the code review. And then once it's done, you can just simply say merge the pull request, confirm the merge, and delete the branch, for example, so we can have a clean repository, right? And right now, if I say git checkout main, I say git pull. Right now, I got actually all the changes from there. So if I say git program.cs, Right now I got the subtract, add, multiply, and divide. Okay, I got them all right there. So this is in reality what happens is that you need to like create pull requests all the time. Usually people do rebase in a lot of times, like instead of merging, but I'm just showing you what could be actually, what could happen while you are working, while resolving the conflicts. Okay, and right now at the repository you have all the changes that are in there. If you would like to work with other people, you need to go to manage access. So in the settings of the repository, manage access, and then you add people. And then you, if they have registered username and password or an account on GitHub, they can actually, like, you can add them here, and then they can collaborate with you on the same project. Okay. And I think this is it. When it came to the classes, the whole class were, so for example, we had like 30 functions and 30 people were working on the same file. So we were mostly busy in the classroom with resolving conflicts. People were getting stuck somewhere, and was like mostly it's a hands-on exercise. That's why the class was, the explanation part or the lecturing part was short. And the rest of it was just simple hands-on, like people intensely working on their projects and committing and resolving problems. Any questions so far?
No.
Okay.
Everything is clear.
Perfect. Perfect. I will actually stop recording right here.